be introducing the character Victor Frankenstein. Aside from the fact that there are way too many character depictions of him, ranging from movies and television shows to even animations and stage plays, the Victor Frankenstein the book was a self-centered man that had issues taking responsibility for his actions, and seemed to have problems caring about other people. Since the death of his mother Caroline, Victor has been running away from reality and distancing himself from his family to the best of his abilities. In college, Victor started building a creature from dead body parts for the sake of his own satisfaction. Aside from wanting to learn how to revive the dead, he wanted to be the one to create a new race and be looked upon as a creator. Victor then goes to morgues and cemeteries to find body parts that could be stitched together to make the perfect being. Once he started to work, he ignores his family for months, even though he promised them that he will write them letters once in a while. To Victor, his work is more important than his family or even his future wife Elizabeth.
The legend is reborn.
It's alive.
But when Victor finishes creating the creature, he runs away as he finds it too distorted and hideous. Though Victor is the creator of this creature, and this creature worships him as his creator, Victor has no desire to take care of something so different from himself and abandons it without second thought. When William is killed by the monster and Justine is placed on trial and hanged for his murder, Victor is crushed with guilt. He knows it's the monster that killed William, yet he's too afraid to tell anyone. He is too scared of being pointed out as a person that broke the rules of nature, and leaves to the mountain to seek refuge rather than facing his consequences. He leaves his pitiful family behind by doing this. When Victor agrees to build the monster a wife and decides not to later on and rips her apart in front of the monster threatens Victor by telling him that he will get revenge. After the monster leaves, Victor just sits around on a boat and floats around, contemplating about death. He never once thought about the safety of his friend Craval or his family members. Also, when the monster said that he will be with Victor on his wedding night, it doesn't even cross Victor's mind that the monster is not talking about killing him. Victor only thinks that the monster wants to kill him rather than Elizabeth. This can indicate that he truly cannot sympathize with the creature as he thinks of it as nothing more than a monster. In a way, Victor is more inhumane than the creature. Even when Elizabeth is killed by the creature, Victor only grieves, and only until his father dies of grief over the loss of his adopted daughter is Victor willing to take action. Presumably, he has gone completely insane at this point. In this moment, Victor changes from someone that takes little to no responsibility to someone that shoulders everything upon himself. He travels and suffers through harsh environments to try to find the creature and kill him. Even though he manages to catch up to the creature when he is heading to the North Pole, he dies before he can finish his goal.
Caroline is the mother of Victor Frankenstein. She is a gentle, kind-hearted woman who loves both Victor and his siblings, and in return is loved by them. She painstakingly cares for Elizabeth after Elizabeth catches scarlet fever, to the point that she eventually also catches it. However, instead of recovering like Elizabeth did, her compassion causes her death. Caroline's death plays an important role in the novel. She is most likely Victor's motivation for his research on creating artificial life. He could not forget his most loved one, so he attempted to create a humanoid creature in order to see if it was possible for his mother to be resurrected. Elizabeth is an orphan adopted into the Frankenstein family. On Caroline's deathbed, she asks for Victor and Elizabeth to marry, which eventually leads to their engagement. She is loyal and supportive towards Victor even though he leaves her behind to attend school, focusing on nothing but achieving his goal. Despite Victor's neglect, she still sends him letters and listens to his every word. Elizabeth is a sanctuary for him. He describes her as young, beautiful, and completely devoted to him. In addition, it is only after reading her letters that he is able to calm down from the panic or mental instability he is suffering from at the moment. Elizabeth becomes a victim when the creature strangles her to death the night after their wedding. Her loyalty to Victor causes her downfall, and her death scars Victor's soul even more. Saifi is the daughter of a Turkish merchant. After Felix helps Saifi and her father escape, the De Lacys are exiled. Saifi, who loves Felix and is so thankful to him, wants to follow them. Although her father disapproves of her decision, she decides to go through with what she wants. In this way, Safi is a character Mary Shelley uses to express her view of feminism. Safi is not an obedient woman, but rather one who lives with her own choices. Even though she would have lived much more comfortably if she went back home, she decides to travel throughout an unfamiliar country where she does not even understand the language in order to see Felix. Safi shows through her actions that women are not weak and that women have ability too. The nurse only appears in the novel once, when Victor has a breakdown after seeing his best friend, Henry Clerval's corpse. The nurse is described by Victor as an old woman, whose face is hard and rude, and whose tone describes her entire indifference. She acts so uncharacteristic of a woman of her time, so much that she seems to be breaking all the stereotypes of a woman. The nurse is Victor's caretaker. In this sense, she is a typical woman who has the responsibility of watching over children and others. However, her blunt and cold personality contrasts greatly from the graceful, demure attitude expected from a woman. In a way, she is a tool Mary Shelley uses to rebel against the perspective of women people had at the time.
William Frankenstein is the younger brother of Victor and seen as the baby of the family. He is depicted as a boy tall for his age and around 5 years of age. He was the first victim of the monster. The monster tried to befriend him, and due to his judgment based on look and fear, he mentioned his father, and he was killed. William's death deeply saddens Victor and burdens him with tremendous guilt and regret about having created the monster. Justine Moritz was born as the third child and was poorly treated by her mother after the death of her father. Elizabeth's aunt persuaded her mother for Justine to stay at their house, and from then on she became the servant of the family. She was accused of murdering William because the monster placed a picture on her. Despite she is innocent, she confessed to the murder because she didn't want to feel guilty for having the picture and going to hell. Her death symbolizes the lack of justice and places Victor with even more guilt for not revealing the truth.
I will be introducing the creature. The creature was an accident, according to Victor Frankenstein, who was basically playing around with experiments in science. In the movie adaptations, short films, and the new novel itself, the creature is depicted and imagined as a hideous being. It is abnormally tall, ugly, usually green, has stitches all over its face and body, and is always seen with a sad expression. Abandoned by its creator, it is lost and confused. Like a newborn baby, it knows nothing about society. Its mind is in a blank slate. It tries to fit in with society, but is kicked out. Everyone runs away in horror and disgust because of its looks. Unable to comprehend what is happening, it begins to gain knowledge through experience and books. Realizing that it can never be loved, even by its own creator, the creature is filled with rage. Despite having a kind and gentle nature, for example, saving a child from drowning and wanting to be friends with the DeLacy family, it is treated like a different species because of its ugliness. Due to this new knowledge, it learns new emotions and behaviors. Driven by revenge and anger, the creature starts going on a rampage. Starts killing a lot of people. It only feels this way and acts a certain way because of its prior experience and how others are treated. As seen through the many works that reference the story of Frankenstein and the creature, this isolated, arrogant, self-conscious, and overly passionate Byronic hero has some humane characteristics. For example, at the end of the novel, it feels bad and guilty for all the deaths and tragedies it has caused. Its actions led to the death of Victor Frankenstein himself. It is sad that it has lost Victor despite hating him, and this shows that the creature is not all dehumanized. It still feels emotions that define humanity, such as sympathy, guilt, sadness, happiness, and truthfulness. There is still some light of human seen in this creature.
I will be introducing Victor Frankenstein's best friend, Henry Clerval. Henry could be considered the complete opposite of Victor in almost all aspects. Whereas Victor dedicates his entire life to science and discovering the secrets of life, Henry spends most of his time studying on how to become a better person. Victor is a mad scientist, and Henry is our humanities guy. Mary Shelley purposely made Henry the polar opposite of Victor. This contrast highlights how disturbed Victor really is. Henry had proven to be extremely significant in the life of Victor, as the two have known each other since childhood. Throughout the book, Victor's ray of sunshine in his depression had been Henry. The creature killed Henry for revenge, leading Victor to suffer from an illness that lasted 2 whole months. This shows that Henry was just that important.